Hi, welcome to the EMD Cinema project in Walthamstow. I'm Jake Robbins, the assistant QS on the project. We're just going to take you on a little tour around site, show you what works we're going to be doing here for the next year or so. Yeah, let's start and go up the crane first. So here we are up on the crane. It's actually a 90-metre crane, the jib's 55 metres. We're all quite a tight site here, so logistically we needed a crane to move all the materials around the site. Things like steelwork, bricks and blocks. It's also a hybrid crane, so it's part electric. On the downward motion of the crane, it actually generates its own energy electrically, so it's great for BREEAM and sustainability, and especially our now or never strategy. Let's go downstairs now and I'll show you inside the building.
Hi, my name's Kai and I'm a Walthamstow resident, and I've been given the opportunity to work on the EMD project with Wilmot Dixon. We're now here in the foyer, which is the grand entrance to the theatre, and it's also a listed part of the building, which means we can't do too much work here, but we will do our best to return it to its former glory.
Yeah, so here we are in the foyer, the main entrance to the building. The building was built in the 1930s. Again, it was refurbished in the 50s and the 60s. This particular area, we've set up our site accommodation, our temporary canteen and welfare for the guys on site, but we've made sure just to protect all the listed elements so we don't damage them. Let's go down to the auditorium now. So now we're on the stage in the auditorium at EMD. Many famous artists used to perform here, such as the Rolling Stones, Johnny Cash and the Beatles. So it was a fantastic venue of its time in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. There's a quite extensive scheme in here to bring the building back to life because it was left untouched for decades. Such things as waterproofing, lots of structural works, a lot of piles going in underneath in the auditorium. We're casting a new slab and there's going to be about 950 seats going in here as well, so it's going to be quite a grand auditorium once it's finished.
As well as the foyer, this part of the building is also grade 2 star listed, which means we can't do too much work in it. So we'll be leaving the walls and the ceiling, but what we will be doing is stripping off the old paint, sealing it off, and redecorating it to give it a feeling of the 1930s.
So now we've come up to the upper circle, which overlooks the auditorium, as you can see. There's going to be a new bar installed up here, so you can grab a beer while you're watching the show. There's also going to be 250 new theatre seats up here as well, and as you can see, you get a great view of the stage from here. Also, in this upper section of the auditorium, along the whole ceiling, we've removed 5 original heritage chandeliers as well, which have gone into storage. They're going to be refurbished and then reinstalled as they once were. Let's have a walk down to the balcony now so we can get a better view.
We're now here on the balcony, we get a better view to look at the poor state of repair of both the ceilings and the walls. The architect has a clear vision to help bring the space back to life, but not without forgetting the original roots. The rest in the case scheme will involve using decorations from the 1930s to help keep that look and feel.
Now on the scaffolding on the front elevation of the building. We're actually wrapping the majority of the building in scaffolding because we're installing new glass, curtain walling and cladding on all the elevations. We're also in the middle of demolishing the roofs down here, and we're going to be replacing them with new roofs. We're casting some new slabs on the first and the second floor that are going to serve new restaurants, new bars and new community areas. It'll be a great area for the local community to get involved with. And yeah, also behind me as well, there was an existing curved gable here that actually got knocked down in World War II by a bomb. We've got some photos of what they once looked like, so we're going to be reinstating that to match the existing. Now we're in the back of the building, we're calling this the back of house area. So we've just cast the new slabs, and the first lot of structural steel is going to be going in on Monday via the crane. This is going to be where your comedians are going to be getting changed. We are behind the theatre here now, so all the famous comedians are going to be getting changed and using toilets. There's actually workshops behind here as well that they're going to be building all the backgrounds for the stage that hang on all the stage flyer tower equipment. As you can see as well, we're quite close to residents here as well, so we've got to be mindful of noise, dust and vibration. We've got monitors to monitor all those as well. We do regular kind of residential consultations just to let them know what we're doing, keep them up to date with the works, and yeah, just make sure they're happy with what we're doing back here. So that concludes the tour around EMD Cinema. Thank you for joining us. If you want any more further information, visit the Wilma Dixon Interiors website, and yeah, hope you enjoyed.